All right, let's get right into it. You know exactly the world I'm talking about. It's that endless feed, the perfectly polished headshots, the constant success stories, the career announcements. But this isn't just vacation photos. This is the professional highlight reel, and it is on 24/7.
I mean, we've all seen these posts, right? The classic, humbled and honored to announce. Or the, here are 5 things I learned before 5 a.m. post. It's literally the soundtrack to our professional lives now, just a constant, never-ending stream of wins.
But here is the thing, and this is so important. Beneath all that polish, there's a very different reality. The source material for this explainer argues that this constant need to perform, to always be on, is taking a huge psychological toll. And it's something we really need to talk about. And that brings us to this core idea, the LinkedIn grind. See, it's not really about networking anymore, is it? It's become this whole culture that basically says your professional visibility is the same as your personal worth. It turns everything into this high-stakes performance where seeming productive feels just as important as being productive. So how did we even get here? LinkedIn didn't start this way. It was supposed to be a simple digital Rolodex, a place to keep your contacts. But somewhere along the line, it morphed into the main stage for this nonstop 24/7 career performance. And the pressure is just relentless. Think about it. There's this unspoken rule that you have to monetize every single hobby. You're expected to be on brand all the time. And failure? You can't just fail. You have to sanitize it, wrap it up in a neat little bow, and present it as some kind of motivational story. There's just no room for the messy, complicated middle part of life. And this right here, this is the part that gets me. It's not enough to just do your job anymore. Now you have a second job, which is curating the image of you doing your job. And the mental energy that takes, it's absolutely exhausting. So all this performing, it leads us straight into our first big psychological problem, the self-worth trap. This is what happens when the likes and comments you get online start to literally determine how you feel about yourself offline. Now, there's a key psychological term for this, and it's called contingent self-worth. It's just a way of saying that your sense of who you are isn't stable. It's contingent. It depends entirely on outside stuff, like getting a promotion or how many people liked your last post. And you can really see the difference here. On one side, you have that contingent self-worth. It's totally volatile, like a roller coaster. It shoots up with a promotion and then crashes and burns with a rejection. On the other side, you have what's called global self-esteem. That's that solid, stable, core feeling of just being good enough no matter what your feed looks like. The grind is basically rocket fuel for the one on the left. And when your self-worth is that fragile, you get what the source material calls existential guilt. It's that low-level anxiety you feel when you haven't posted in a while. It's this deep-seated fear that if you're not visible, you're not just quiet, you're disappearing, which is, a terrifying thought. And of course, it doesn't stop there. This leads us right into the next big problem, the performance trap. This is that vicious cycle of comparison, where you're constantly stacking your own messy, behind-the-scenes reality up against everyone else's perfectly polished highlight reel. This feeling actually has a name, professional dysmorphia. It's like looking into a distorted mirror for your career. You see the hyper-curated success of this tiny, tiny fraction of people, and your brain starts to think that's the norm. And it just creates this profound and usually totally inaccurate feeling of being left behind. I mean, the gap between the story and reality is just huge. The post says, "Thrilled for my next chapter." The reality might be the incredible stress of getting laid off. The grind just edits out all the hard parts, the grueling during, and only shows us the neat and tidy after. Okay, so this all sounds a little bleak, doesn't it? But here's the good news. We can absolutely break this cycle. This next part is all about actual practical strategies you can use to de-link your personal worth from that endless feed. All right, let's walk through these because they're really powerful. First up, audit your feed. It's so simple. If an account consistently makes you feel bad about yourself, just unfollow it or mute it. Give yourself a break. Second, set some limits on how much time you spend on there. Treat it like a tool you use for a specific purpose, not a place you go to hang out. You get in, you do what you need to do, and you get out. Third, and this one is a game changer, practice invisible success. When you achieve something, enjoy it yourself, privately first. Let that build your internal confidence. And finally, my personal favorite, rediscover hobbies that have zero ROI.
Do something just for the love of it, not because it's going to look good on your profile.
So those steps are great, but ultimately, breaking the cycle for good requires a much deeper shift in our thinking. It's really about fundamentally redefining what words like success and ambition even mean. It's about moving away from this obsession with being seen and moving toward a genuine desire to actually master something. And this quote just nails it. The grind tricks us. It makes us think that ambition is about broadcasting the performance of mastery. But true ambition, that's about the quiet, often unseen work of actually getting better at what you do. They are two very, very different things.
So, what does that real, invisible success actually look like? Well, it might be as simple as leaving work at 5 p.m. every day to be with your family. It could be completing a massive, complex project that you can never, ever post about publicly. Or it could be staying in the same role for years, not because you're stuck, but because you genuinely love the work and you're getting great at it. And this right here really brings it all home. True success is not a status update, it's a feeling. It's the freedom you feel when you can just be yourself, when the cameras and the algorithms are all turned off and you're not performing for anyone. So I'll leave you with this final thought from the source material. I want you to really think about this. When you strip away all the likes, all the followers, all the need for online validation, what does true, quiet, invisible success look like for you?